Welcome, friends, to the world between realms, a place where shadows whisper, the unseen stirs, and ancient currents move just beneath the fabric of reality. I'm your host, Max, Reiki Master, psychic, medium, and traveler of the in-between, inviting you to step with me into the liminal spaces where spirit speaks and the mysteries unfold. Here, we explore what most never dare to touch, the wisdom carried on the breath of the other realms, the signs hidden in plain sight, and the encounters that awaken something ancient within us. And a gentle note before we journey deeper: everything shared in the space reflects the perspectives and interpretations of myself, my guests, and spirit. Take only what resonates with your soul and let the rest drift back into the unseen. Now, breathe, listen closely, and cross the threshold into the world between realms. Welcome, dear ones, to the light between realms. As this year comes to its natural close, I wanted to invite you into something slower than reflection and deeper than review. This is not a countdown. This is not a judgment. This is a threshold. A moment suspended between what has been lived and what has not yet been taken shape. So wherever you are, whether driving, resting, walking, or lying awake in the quiet, allow yourself to arrive fully here. Now we are standing at the edge of time. The end of a year carries a strange and subtle energy. Time feels thicker. Memories surface without invitation. The body remembers things the mind has forgot it was carrying. We are conditioned to measure years, what we accomplished, what we lost, what we healed, and what we didn't. But the soul doesn't experience time that way. The soul asks different questions. It asks, what changed inside you? What truths refuse to be ignored? What parts of you ask not to be fixed, but to be met? For many of us, this year didn't feel like progress. It felt like an initiation. Now, this year is an initiation. The initiation does not ask whether you're ready. It asks if you're willing to be honest. This year initiated us through uncertainty, through emotional exposure, through moments where the old ways of coping simply did not work or stopped working. There were times when clarity dissolved, when answers felt distant, when faith wasn't a belief but a practice. I experienced a moment like this year, where spirit felt unmistakably close, and moments where it felt silent. But I've come to understand something important. Silence is not absence. Silence is often where the deepest recalibration takes place. So what was taken and what was given? Well, every year comes with grief, whether we name it or not. Some of us lost people. Some of us lost certainty. Some of us lost versions of ourselves that we thought we needed in order to survive. And that kind of loss can be deeply disorienting. Yet this year also gave us things. It gave us insight that could not have come any other way but through living it. It gave us humility. It gave us moments of quiet grace, the kind that doesn't announce itself. This year taught me that not all growth feels expansive. Some growth feels like a contraction, like being drawn inward until only what essential remains. And that too is sacred. Masculine presence and spiritual integrity. One of the deeper threads running out through my year was an initiation into a more grounded, embodied masculine presence. Not the masculine that pushes, performs, or proves, but the masculine that stays. Stays with discomfort. Stays with emotion. Stays with not knowing. In, Integrity revealed itself not as perfection, but as an alignment. listening to the body, honoring boundaries, and choosing presence over avoidance. This year reminded me, and perhaps many of us, and perhaps reminded many of us as well, that spirituality is not an escape from being human. Embodiment is the path between the worlds. This podcast lives in the space between realms, between the mystical and the mundane, between spirit messages and real-time life. And this year clarified something essential. Awakening is not disassociation. Healing is not transcendence. Enlightenment is not leaving the body behind. True spiritual maturity allows us to be fully human while remaining deeply connected to the unseen. This year didn't pull us away from life. It pressed us deeper into it. Now, for you, the listener, I want to speak directly to you. If this year exhausted you, you are not weak. If it softened you, you are not naive. If it stripped you down to something simpler, quieter, truer, you're not falling behind. You are aligning. There is nothing wrong with still integrating lessons you cannot explain. Some wisdom arises not as clarity, but as a shift in how you respond. Closing meditation and the end of the year. Before we part, I wanted to offer a closing meditation to gently honor the ending of this year. If it feels safe for you, allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. Let your body settle into the surface beneath you. Notice where you're being held. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. Again, inhale presence. Exhale what no longer needs to be carried. Now imagine the year as a long path behind you. You don't need to walk it again. You don't need to analyze it. Just notice you have reached the end of it. Ahead of you is a quiet threshold, not a door, not a wall, just a gentle crossing, perhaps a bridge. Before you step forward, turn back one last time. See the whole year as a whole. The joys, the griefs, the confusion, the moments you survived and the moments that surprised you. If you want, say silently or say aloud, "Thank you for what you've taught me." Now notice anything you're still holding that belongs to this year. But it does not need to come with you. Old guilt, old expectations, old self-judgment, unfinished stories. You don't need to fix them. You don't need closure. Imagine them gently on the ground. They are not failures, they are offerings. Now place one hand on your heart and the other on your body, wherever you feel grounded. Ask quietly, what wisdom do I carry forward? It may arrive as a word, a feeling, a quiet knowing. Trust what arises. As you stand at this threshold, feel the support beneath your feet. You're not stepping into emptiness, you're stepping into continuity. Take one slow breath in, and as you exhale, step forward, carrying only what is true. Let the rest remain complete. Now, begin to return your awareness into the room you're in. Notice your breath, your body, this moment. And know this. You ended the year exactly as you needed to. Nothing essential was missed. Nothing sacred was wasted. The year is complete, and so are you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Thank you for meeting me here, between the endings and the beginnings, between breath and spirit. This is the light between realms. Walk forward slowly, walk forward honestly, and remember, the light has never left you. Thank you for allowing me into your home. You have yourself a wonderful, wonderful week, and namaste.